Orpheus Descending. Tonight, playing Jabe Torrance, we have
Artie Goldberg.
playing V. Talbot.
Michael
Ray.
Playing Sheriff Talbot.
Sheriff Talbot.
That's
Michael
Michael.
Janove.
Right. Playing Nurse Porter.
Linda Andresano.
Playing Dolly Hammer.
Hi, Deborah Seidel.
Playing Dog Hammer.
I think that's me.
It
Tyler
is.
Booth.
Tyler, yes. Playing Eva Temple. We have Yelena. Playing Sister Temple.
Well, that's me, Heather.
Playing Pee-wee Binnings.
Tom Kane.
Playing David Couture. That's John. John.
Okay.
Sorry, I was on mute. John Squires.
Cool. Playing Val Xavier.
Larry Gutman.
Playing Lady Torrance.
Lisbo.
And playing Carol Couture.
Randy Robinson.
Act 1. The set represents, in non-realistic fashion, a general dry goods store and part of a connecting confectionery in a small southern town. The ceiling is high and the upper walls are dark as if streaked with moisture and cobweb. A great dusty window upstage offers a view of disturbing emptiness that fades into late dusk. The action of the play occurs during the rainy season, late winter and early spring. And sometimes the window turns opaque but glistening silver with sheets of rain. Torrance Mercantile Store is lettered on the window. At the rise of the curtain, two youngish middle-aged women, Dolly and Beulah, are laying out a buffet supper on a pair of pink and gray veined marble top tables with gracefully carved black iron legs brought into the main area from the confectionery. They are wives of small planters and tastelessly overdressed in a somewhat bizarre fashion. A train whistles in the distance and dogs bark in response from various points and distances. The women pause in their occupations at the tables and rush to the archway, crying out harshly.
Haley!
Beulah?
Haley!
Dog!
Cannonball is coming into the depot.
You all sit down to the depot and meet that train.
I fed that one-armed bandit 100 nickels and it coughed up 5.
Must have had indigestion.
I'm gonna speak to Jabe about them slots.
I guess Jabe Torrance has got more to worry about than the slot machines and pinball games in that confectionery.
You're not telling a lie. I went to see Dr. Johnny about Dog's condition. Dog's got sugar in his urine again. And as I was leaving, I asked him what was the facts about Jabe Torrance's operation in Memphis. Well,
What'd he tell you, Beulah?
he said the worst thing a doctor can ever say.
What's that, Beulah?
Nothing at all, not a spoken word did he utter. He just looked at me with those big dark eyes of his and shook his head like this.
I guess he signed Jabe Torrance's death warrant with just that single silent motion of his hand.
That's exactly what passed through my mind. I understand that they cut him open.
And sewed him right back up. That's what I heard.
I didn't know these olives had seeds in them.
You thought they was stuffed?
Where's the temple, sisters?
Where'd you think?
Snooping around upstairs. If Lady catches them, she'll give those two old maids a touch of her tongue. She's not a daggo for nothing.
No, you spoke a true word, honey. Well, I was surprised when I went up myself.
You went up yourself?
I did, and so did you, because I seen you, Beulah.
I never said that I didn't. Curiosity is a human instinct.
They got 2 separate bedrooms, which are not even connecting, at opposite ends of the hall, and everything is so dingy and dark up there. You know what it seemed like to me? A county jail. I swear to goodness it didn't seem to me like a place for white people to live in. That's the truth.
Well, I wasn't surprised. Jabe Torrance bought that woman.
Bought her?
Yes, he bought her when she was a girl of 18. He bought her and bought her cheap because she'd been thrown over and her heart was broken by that. The courtier boy, oh, what a beautiful thing he was. And those two met like you struck two stones together and made a fire. Yes, fire.
What?
Fire! Well, that was a long time ago, before you and Dog moved into Two River County, although you must have heard of it. Lady's father was a wop from the old country, and when he first can't come here with a mandolin and a monkey that wore a little green velvet suit, he picked up dimes and quarters in the saloons. This was before Prohibition. People just call him the Wop. Anybody who knew his name, just call him the Wop. Oh my Lord. Well, that was Lady's daddy. Then came Prohibition, and first thing anyone knew, the Wop had took to bootlegging like a duck to water. He picked up a piece of land cheap. It was on nothing shore of Moon Lake, which used to be old channel off of the river, and people thought someday the river might swing back that way, and so he got it cheap. He planted an orchard on it. He covered the whole north shore of the lakes with grapevines and fruit trees, and then he built like little arbors, little white wooden arbors with tables and benches to drink in and carry on in. He and in the spring and the summer, young couples would come out here, like me and Pee Wee. We used to go out there and court up a storm. Just court up a storm. The country was dry in those days. I don't mean dry like now. Why? When now you just walk a couple of feet off the highway and whistle 3 times like a jaybird, and a nigger pops out of the bush and a bottle of corn.
Ain't that the truth?
But in those days, the country was dry for true. I mean, bone dry except for the Wop's wine garden. So we'd go out to the Wop and drink that dango red wine and then cut up and carry on and raise such cane in those arbors. Why, I remember one Sunday old Dr. took a Methodist minister, then he bust a blood vessel denouncing the Wop in the pulpit.
Lord have mercy.
Yes, ma'am. Each of those white wooden arbors had a lamp in it, and one by one, here and there, the lamps would go out as the couples begun to make love.
Oh.
What strange noises you could hear if you listened: calls, cries, whispers, moans, giggles. And then one by one, the lamps would be lighted again, and the Wop and his daughter would sing and play dago songs. But sometimes the Wop would look around for his daughter, and all of a sudden, Lady wouldn't be there.
Where would she be?
She'd be with David Cuter.
Oh.
Carol Cuter's big brother. Lady and him would disappear in the orchard, and old Papa Romano, the Wop, would holler, "Lady, lady!" So answer whatsoever, no matter how long he called.
Well, I guess it's hard to shout back, "Here I am, Papa," when where you are is in the arms of your lover. Right? I think you frozen.
Yes.
I think it's, "Here I am, Papa," when where you are is in the arms of your lover. You just can't believe that. You in shock. Like in a trance. Well, I'll give you a minute. You're really not there.
We should be back in a second, hopefully.
I can read for a bit if you want.
Go ahead, please.
When where you are is in the arms of your lover.
Except you gotta tell me what page I'm on.
Oh, page 17
Thank you.
at the top.
At the top. Okay. Arms of your lover. Where in the hell is that?
No,
Top right.
I don't see you.
Top right. I see. Well, that spring, no, it was late that summer. Papa Romano made a big mistake. He sold liquor to niggers. The Mystic crew took action. They rode out there one night with gallons of coal oil. It was a real dry summer, and set that place on fire. They burned the whole thing up, vines, arbors, fruit trees. Pee-wee and me, we stood on the dance pavilion across the lake and watched the fire spring up. Inside of 10 minutes, the whole north shore of the lake was a mass of flames, a regular sea of flames, and all the way over the lake, we could hear the ladies papa shouting, "Fire, fire, fire," as if it was necessary to let people know. And the whole sky lit up with it, as red as guinea red wine. Ha! Not a fire engine, not a single engine pulled out of a station that night in Two River County. The poor old fella, a wop, he took a blanket and run up into the orchard to fight the fire single-handedly and burned alive. Uh-oh. Burn alive. You know what I sometimes wonder?
No. What do you wonder?
I wonder sometimes if Lady has any suspicion that her husband, Jay Torrance, was the leader of the Mystic crew that night they burned up her father in his wine garden on Moon Lake.
You Jennings, you make my blood run cold with such a thought. How could she live in marriage 20 years with a man if she knew he'd burn up her father in his wine garden?
She could live with him in hate. People can live together in hate for a long time, darling. Notice their passion for money? I've always noticed when couples don't love each other, they develop a passion for money. Haven't you seen that happen? Of course you have. Now, there's not many couples that stay devoted forever. Why, some get so they just barely tolerate each other's existence. Isn't that true?
You couldn't have spoken a truer word if you read it out loud from the Bible.
Barely tolerate. Thank you.
There you go.
Each other's existence, and some don't even do that. You know, Dolly Hammer, I don't think half as many married men have committed suicide in this country as the coroner says he has done so.
You think it's their wives that give them the deep six, honey?
I don't think so. I know so. Why, there's couples that loathe and despise the sight, smell, and sound of each other before that round-trip honeymoon ticket is punched at both ends, Dolly.
I hate to admit it, but I can't deny it.
But they hang on together.
Yes, they hang on together.
Year after year after year, accumulating property and money, building up wealth and respect and position in the towns they live in and the counties and cities and the churches they go to, belonging to the clubs and so on and so forth, and not a soul but them knowing they have to go wash their hands after touching something the other one just put down.
Beulah, that's an evil laugh of yours. That laugh of yours is evil.
But you know it's the truth.
Yes, She's telling the truth.
Then one of them gets sincere or has a stroke or something. The other one,
All's in the loot.
that's right, the hall's in the loot. Oh, my 10, you should see how, or you should see how him or her blossoms out. New house, new car, new clothes. Some of them even change to a different church. If the widow, she goes with a younger man, and if it's a widower, he starts courting some chick. And so I said to Lady this morning before she left for Memphis to bring Jabe home, I said, Lady, I don't suppose you're going to reopen the confectionery till Jabe is completely recovered from his operation. She said it can wait for anything that might take that much time. Those are her exact words. It can't wait for anything that might take that much time. Too much is invested in it. It is going to be done over, redecorated, and opened on schedule. The Saturday before Easter this spring. Why? Because she knows Jabe is dying, and she wants to clean up quick.
An awful thought, but a true one. Most awful thoughts are.
They are startled by a sudden light laughter from the dim upstage area. The light changes to market division. Scene 1. The women turn to see Carol Couture in the archway between the store and the confectionery. She is past 30 and lacking prettiness. She has an odd, fugitive beauty which is dressed, almost to the point of fantasy, by a style of makeup with which a dancer named Valley has lately made such an impression in the bohemian centers of France and Italy. The face and lips powdered white, and the eyes outlined and exaggerated with black pencil, and the lids tinted blue. Her family name is the oldest and most distinguished in the country.
Somebody don't seem to know that the store is closed.
Eula,
What?
can you understand how anybody would deliberately make themselves look fantastic as that?
Some people have to show off. It's a passion with them. Anything on earth to get attention.
I sure wouldn't care for that kind of attention. Not me. I wouldn't desire it.
I want Tulane 0370 New Orleans. What? Oh, hold on a minute.
She helped herself to money out of the cash box.
Carol,
Hello, sister.
I'm Ava.
Hello, Ava.
Hello. She took money out of the cash box.
She can do as she pleases. She's a couture.
Cute.
What is she doing barefooted?
The last time she was arrested on the highway, they say she was naked under her coat.
I'm waiting. I caught the heel of my slipper in the rotten boardwalk out there, and it broke right off. They say if you break the heel of your slipper in the morning, it means you'll meet the love of your life before dark. But it was already dark when I broke the heel of my slipper. Maybe that means I'll meet the love of my life before daybreak.
Wasn't that them? No, it was Carol Cut Rare.
Just keep on ringing, please. It's probably drunk. Sometimes it takes quite a while to get through the living room furniture.
She a sight?
Uh-huh.
Bertie. Carol. Hi, doll. Did you trip over something? I heard a crash. Well, I'm leaving now. I'm already on the highway and everything's fixed. I've got my allowance back on condition that I remain forever away from Two River County. I had to blackmail them a little. I came to dinner with my eyes made up. I'm a little black sequin dress. And Bessie Boo, my brother's wife, said, Carol, going out there in a fancy dress ball? I said, oh no, I'm just going juking tonight up and down the Dixie Highway between here and Memphis like I used to when I lived. Why, she flew so fast you couldn't see her passing and back in with the ink still wet on her cheek. And this will be done once a month as long as I stay away from Two River County. How's Jackie? Bless his heart. Give him a sweet kiss for me. Oh, honey, I'm driving straight through. Not even stopping for pickups unless you need one. I'll meet you in Starlight Lounge before it closes. Or if I'm irresistibly delayed, I'll certainly join you to the coffee for the morning call before the all-night place is closed for the day. Birdie? Oh, let's see now.
What's she looking for?
Ask her.
What you looking for, Carol?
Cartridges for my revolver.
Have a license to carry a pistol?
Beulah.
Sorry, what page?
24.
24.
Thank you. Did I just sign up for a girl's part? I just realized that.
Yes.
You're reading it. It's a different name. I don't know. So please continue.
Okay. If you don't have a license to drive a car.
When I stop for someone, I want to be sure it's someone I want to stop for.
Sheriff Talbot ought to know about this when he gets back from the depot.
Tell him, ladies, I've already given him notice that if he ever attempts to stop me again on the highway, I'll shoot it out with him.
When anybody has trouble with the law.
Get him out! Get him out! He's gonna mark my baby!
Oh, about Dolly. It's just the old crazy conjo man from Blue Mountain. He can't mock your baby.
Come here, Uncle, and let me see what you got there. Oh, it's a bone of some kind. No, I don't want to touch it. It isn't clean yet. There's still some flesh clinging to it. Yes, I know it's the breastbone of a bird, but it's still tainted with corruption. You've been a long time on a bare rock in the rain and sun till every sign of corruption is burned and washed away from it. And then it will be a good charm, white charm. Now it's a black charm. So take it away and do what I told you with it. And Uncle Pleasant, give us a cockchow cry. He's about cockchow. He knows cockchow cry.
Don't let him holler in here.
Come on, Uncle Pleasant, you know it.
Takes off her coat and sits on the windowsill. She starts to cry herself. The Negro throws back his head and completes it, a series of barking sounds that rise to a high sustained note of wild intensity. Women on the landing retreat further upstairs. Just then, as though the cry had brought him, Val enters the store. He's a young man about 30 who has a kind of wild beauty about him that the cry would suggest. He does not wear Levi's or a t-shirt. He has a pair of dark serge pants glazed from long wear and not excessively tight fitting. His remarkable garment is a snakeskin jacket, mottled white, black and gray. He carries a guitar which is covered with inscriptions.
Thanks, Uncle.
Hey, old man, you, Chaka, conjure man, and will you go out to this stove so we can come back downstairs?
Sorry, I was on mute. I got my skirt caught in the door of the Chevrolet and I'm afraid I tore it. It is dark in here, or am I losing my eyesight? I've been painting all day. Finished a picture in a 10-hour stretch, just stopped a few minutes for coffee and went back to it again while I had a clear vision. I think I got it this time, but I'm so exhausted I could drop in my tracks. There's nothing more exhausting than that kind of work on earth. It's not so much that it tires your body out, but it leaves you drained inside. You know what I mean? Inside, like you was burned out by something. Well, still, you feel you've accomplished something when you're through with it. Sometimes you feel elevated. How are you, darling?
All right, Mrs. Talbot.
That's good. How are you, Beulah?
Oh, I'm still right, I reckons.
Still can't make out much. Who is that there? Oh, I thought her folks had got her out of the country. Jabe and Lady back yet?
Pee-wee and Dog have gone to the depot to meet them.
Ah, well, I'm just in time. I brought my new picture with me. The painting isn't dry on it yet. I thought that lady might want to hang it up in Jabe's room while he's confiscating from the operation. Because after a close shave with death, people like to be reminded of spiritual things. Huh? Yes, this is Holy Ghost Ascending.
You didn't put a head on it.
The head was a blaze of light. That's all I saw in my vision.
Who's the young man with you?
Excuse me. I'm too worn out to have manners. This is Mr. Valentine Xavier, Mrs. Hammer, and Mrs. I'm sorry, Beulah, I can never get your last name. What's your last name, Beulah?
I forgive you. My name is Beulah Bindings. Val.
Yep.
What shall I do with this hair?
Oh, that bowl of sherbet? I thought that Jabe might need something light and digestible, but so I brought a bowl of sherbet.
What flavor is it?
Pineapple.
Oh, goody. I love pineapple. Better put it in the icebox before it starts to melt.
I'm afraid you're locking the stable after the horse is gone.
Oh, is it melted already?
Reduced to juice.
Oh, shoot. Well, put it in the ice anyhow. It might think it up. Where's the icebox?
It's in the confectionery.
Oh, I thought that lady had closed the confectionery.
Yes, but the Frigidaire is still there.
Well, Mr. Xavier is a stranger in our midst. His car broke down in that storm last night, and I thought I let him sleep in a lockup. He's looking for work, and I thought I'd introduce him to Lady and Jabe, because if Jabe can't work, they're going to need somebody to help out and stuff.
That's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Well, come on in, y'all. It don't look like they're coming straight home from the depot anyhow.
Maybe that wasn't the Cannonball Express.
Or maybe they stopped off of Pee-wee to buy some liquor.
Yeah, at Ruby Lightfoot's.
What you fixing?
Belt buckle.
Boys like always fixing something. Could you fix my slipper?
What's wrong with your slipper?
Why are you pretending not to remember me?
Hard to remember someone you never met.
Why'd you look so startled when you saw me?
Did I?
I thought for a moment you'd run back out the door.
The sight of a woman can make me walk in a hurry, but I don't think it ever made me run. You're standing in my light.
Oh, excuse me. Better?
Thanks.
Are you afraid I'll snitch?
You what?
Snitch. I wouldn't. I'm not a snitch. But I can prove that I know you if I have to. It was New Year's Eve in New Orleans.
I need a small pair of pliers.
You had on that jacket and a snake ring with a ruby eye.
I never had a snake ring with a ruby eye.
Snake ring with an emerald eye.
I never had a snake ring with any kind of an eye.
And maybe it was a dragon ring with an emerald eye or a diamond or a ruby eye. You told us that it was a gift from a lady osteopath and you'd met somewhere in your travels and that any time you were broke, you'd hire this lady osteopath, collect, and no matter how far you were or how long it had been since you'd seen her, she'd send you a money order for $25 with the same sweet message each time. I love you. When will you come back? And to prove the story, I thought it was difficult to believe it, you took the latest of these sweet messages from your wallet for us to see. We followed you through 5 places before we made contact with you, and I was one that made contact. I went up to the bar where you were standing and touched your jacket and said, "What stuff is this made of?" And when you said it was snakeskin, I said, "I wish you told me before I touched it." You said something nice. You said, "Maybe that will learn you to hold back your hands." I was drunk by that time, which was after midnight. Do you remember what I said to you? I said, whatever on earth can you do on this earth? But I don't know what I said. I didn't say that. I said, what on earth can you do on this earth but catch out whatever comes near you with both your hands until your fingers are broken? I never said that before, or even consciously thought it. But afterwards, it seemed like the truest thing that my lips had ever spoken. What on earth can you do but catch out whatever comes near you with both your hands until your fingers are broken? Gave me a sober look, quick. Dickie nodded slightly, and then you picked up your guitar and began to sing. After singing, you passed the kitty. Whenever paper money was dropped in the kitty, you blew a whistle. My cousin Bertie and I dropped in $5. You blew the whistle 5 times and then sat down at the table for a drink. Schnillies and 7-Up. You showed us all those signatures on your guitar. Any corrections so far?
Why are you so anxious to prove I know you?
Because I want to know you better and better. I'd like to go out juking with you tonight.
What's juking?
Don't you know what that is? That's when you get in a car and drink a little, and drive a little, and stop, and dance a little to a jukebox, and then you drink a little more, and drive a little more, and stop and dance a little more to a jukebox. And then you stop dancing, and you just drink and drive, and then you stop driving and just drink, and then finally you stop drinking.
What do you do then?
That depends on the weather and who you're juking with. If it's a clear night, you spread a blanket among the memorial stones on Cypress Hill, which is a local barn orchard. But if it's a fair night, and this one certainly isn't, why, usually you go to the Ottawa cabins between here and Sunset on the Dixie Highway.
That's about what I figured, but I don't go that route. Heavy drinking and smoking the weed and shacking with strangers okay for kids in their 20s. But this is my 30th birthday, and I'm all through with that route. I'm not young anymore.
You're young at 30? I hope so. I'm 29.
No, you're not young at 30 if you've been on a goddamn party since you were 15.
Thanks. That's lovely. Many happy returns on your birthday, Snakeskin.
Mr. Xavier, don't drink.
Oh, excuse me.
And if you behaved yourself better, your father would not be paralyzed in bed.
Sound of a car out front. Women come running with various cries. Lady enters, nodding to the woman and holding the door open for her husband and the men following him. She greets the woman in almost toneless murmurs, as if too tired to speak. She could be any age between 35 and 45 in appearance, but her figure is youthful. Her face is taut. She is a woman who's met with emotional disaster in her girlhood, verges on hysteria under strain. Her voice is often shrill and her body tense. But when in repose, a girlish softness emerges again, and she looks 10 years younger. Lady?
I'm sorry. What page, please?
33, bottom.
Oh, okay. I didn't have that. Sorry. I apologize.
Okay.
I thought my first appearance was in scene 2.
Linda, you're going to continue to be Beulah? Please?
Sure. Come in, Najabe. We got a reception committee here to meet us. They set up a buffet supper.
Well, look who's here.
Dolly.
Coming.
Well, Jabe!
I don't think he's been sick. I think he's been to Miami. Look at that wonderful color on his face.
I've never seen him look better in his life.
Who does he think he's fooling? Ha ha ha, not me.
Ooh, Jesus. I'm mighty tired.
Hey, Jay, we've been feeding lots of nickels to those one-armed bandits in there.
And that pinball machine is hotter than a pistol.
Sister! 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 Cousin James here!
Jesus.
Oh, cut that out, Eve Temple. What were you doing upstairs?
I can't help it. It's so good to see him. It's so wonderful to see our cousin again. Oh, Jabe, blessed.
Where's Jabe? Where's precious Jabe? Where's our precious cousin?
Right here, sister.
Oh, well, bless your old sweet life. And look at the color he's got in his face, will you?
I just told him he looks like he's been to Miami and got a Florida suntan. Ha, 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 ha.
I ain't been out in no sun, and if you will all excuse me, I'm gonna do my celebrating upstairs in bed because I'm kind of worn out. Oh, I see there's been some changes made here. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. How come the shoe department's way back here now?
We always had a problem with the light in this store.
Oh, so you put the shoe department farther away from the window. That's sensible. Very intelligent solution to the problem, lady.
Jay, but you know I told you we got a fluorescent tube coming to put back here.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Well, tomorrow I'll get me some niggas to help me move the shoe department back front.
You do whatever you want to. It's your store.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I'm glad you reminded me of it.
That man will never come down those stairs again.
Never in this world, honey.
He has the death sweat on him. Did you notice that death sweat on him?
Yellow as butter. Just as yellow as...
Sister.
Lady, I don't suppose you feel much like talking about it right now, but Dog and me are so worried.
Pee-wee and me are worried sick about it.
About what?
At Jade's operation in Memphis, was it successful?
Wasn't it successful?
Was it too late for surgical interference?
Wasn't it successful?
Somebody told me it has gone past the knife.
We do hope it ain't hopeless.
We hope and pray it ain't hopeless.
Excuse me, I have to go. Jabe's knocking for me.
Speaking of knocks, I have a knock in my engine. It goes knock knock, and I say, who's there? I don't know whether I'm in communication with some dead ancestor or motor's about to drop out. A link's drowning in the dead of night on the Dixie Highway. Do you have any knowledge in mechanics? I'm sure you do. Would you be sweet and take a short drive with me so you could hear that knock?
Now, I don't have time.
What have you go to do?
I'm going to see about job in this store.
I'm offering you a job.
I want a job that pays.
I expect to pay you.
Yeah, maybe sometime tomorrow.
I can't stay here overnight. I'm not allowed to stay overnight in this county. What are they saying about me? Can you hear what these women are saying about me?
Play it cool.
I don't like playing it cool. What are they saying about me? That I'm corrupt?
You don't want to be talked about. Why do you make up like that? Why? Why do you... Where?
Show off.
What?
I'm an exhibitionist. I want to be noticed, seen, heard, felt. I want them to know I'm alive. Don't you want them to know you're alive?
I want to live, and I don't care if they know I'm alive or not.
And why do you play the guitar?
Why do you make a goddamn show of yourself?
That's right, for the same reason.
Nah, we don't go the same route.
I used to be what they call the prize-fitting reformer. You know what that is? Kind of benign exhibitionist. I delivered stump speeches, wrote letters of protest about the gradual massacre of the colored majority in the county. I thought it was wrong for pellagra and slow starvation to cut them down when the cotton crop failed from army worm or boll weevil or too much rain in the summer. I wanted to, tried to, put up free clinics. I squandered the money my mother left me on it. And when that Willie McGee thing came along, he was sent to the chair for having improper relations with the white whore. I made a fuss about it. I put on a potato sack and set out for the Capitol on foot. This was winter. I walked barefoot in this burlap sack to deliver a personal protest to the governor of the state. Oh, I suppose it was partly exhibitionist on my part, but it wasn't completely exhibitionism. There was something else in it too. You know how far I got? Miles out of town. Hooted, jeered at, even spit on, every step of the way, and then arrested. Guess what for? Lewd vagrancy. That was the charge. Lewd vagrancy. Because they said that potato sack I had on was not a respectable garment. Well, all that was a pretty long time ago. And now I'm not a reformer anymore. I'm just a lewd vagrant. And now I'm showing SOBS how lewd a lewd vagrant can be if she puts her whole heart in it, like I do mine. All right. I've told you my story, the story of an exhibitionist. Now, I want you to do something for me. Take me out to Cypress Hill in my car, and we'll hear the dead people talk. They do talk there. They chatter together like birds on Cypress Hill. But all they say is one word. That one word is live. They say live, 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 live. That's all they learn. It's the only advice they'll give. Just live. Simple. A very simple instruction.
No, not liquor. No.
Something not normal, all right.
Her were born by the vigilantes to keep her out of this county.
She's absolutely degraded.
Yes, corrupt.
Corrupt. Corrupt. Corrupt.
Mr. Xavier. Where is Mr. Xavier?
Gone, honey.
You might as well face it, V. This is one candidate for salvation that you have lost to the opposition.
He's gone off to Cypress Hill with that Couture girl.
Listen, if some of you older women in the Two River County would set a better example, there'd be more decent young people.
What was that remark?
I mean that people who give up drinking parties and get so drunk they don't know which is their husband and which is somebody else's, and people who serve on the altar guild and still play cards on Sundays.
Just stop right there. Now, I've discovered the source of that dirty gossip.
I'm only repeating what I've been told by others. I've never been to these parties.
No, and you never will. You're a public killjoy, a professional hypocrite.
I try to build up characters. You and your drinking parties are only concerned with tearing characters down. I'm gonna go upstairs, and I'm gonna go back upstairs.
Well, I'm glad I said what I said to that woman. I've got no earthly patience for that sort of hypocritism. Dolly, let's put this perishable stuff in the Frigidaire and leave here. I've never been so thoroughly disgusted.
My Lord. Payway!
Both of those women are as common as dirt.
Mm-hmm. Dolly's folks in Blue Mountain are nothing at all but the poorest kind of white trash. Why, Lolly Tucker told me the old man sits on the porch with his shoes off, drinking beer out of a bucket. Let's take these flowers with us to put on the altar.
Yes, we can give Jabe credit in the parish notes.
I'm going to take these olive nut sandwiches, too. They'll come in handy for the Bishop Adjutant's tea.
We still have time to make the second show.
Dog!
Payway!
Sits on the porch with his shoes off.
Drinking beer out of a bucket.
Well, it looks to me like Jabe will more likely go under before the cotton comes up.
He never looked good.
Dog, Tyler. No, but now he looks worse.
Hey,
Hush that bawling. I had to speak to the lady about that boy, and I couldn't speak to her in front of Jay because he thinks he's going to be able to go back to work himself.
well, move along. Quit fooling.
I think I ought to wait till the boy gets back.
I'm sick of you making a goddamn fool of yourself over every stray bastard that wanders into this county.
End scene. Scene 2. A couple of hours later that night, through the great window, the landscape is faintly luminous under a scudding moonlight sky. Outside, a girl's laughter. Carol's rings out high and clear and is followed by the sound of a motor rapidly going off. Val enters the store before the car sound quite fades out, and while the dog is still barking at it somewhere along the highway, he says Christ under his breath, goes to the buffet table and scrubs lipstick stain off his mouth and face with a paper napkin. Picks up his guitar, which he has left on a counter. Footsteps descending. Lady appears on the landing in a flannel robe, shivering in the cold air. She snaps her fingers impatiently for the old dog, Bella, who comes limping down beside her. She doesn't see Val seated on the shadowy counter, and she goes directly to the phone near the stairs. Her manner is desperate, her voice harsh and shrill.
Give me the drugstore, will you? I know the drugstores are closed. This is Mrs. Torrance. My store's closed too, but I got a sick man here, just back from the hospital. Yeah, you got an emergency. Wake up, Mr. Dubinsky. Keep ringing till he answers. It's an emergency. Ah, porca la misera. I wish I was dead.
No, you don't, lady.
What are you doing here? You know this store's closed.
I seen the light was still on and the door was open, so I come back to get my...
You see what I got in my hand?
Oh, you going to shoot me?
You better believe it if you don't get out of here, mister.
That's all right, lady. I just come back to pick up my guitar.
To pick up your guitar, huh?
Miss Talbot brought me here. I was here when you got back from Memphis. Don't you remember?
Yeah. You been here all this time?
No, I went out and came back.
I told you to keep a ringing till he answers. Go on, keep ringing. You went out and come back?
Yeah.
What for?
Oh, you know that girl that was here?
Carol Couturier?
She said she had car trouble and could I fix it?
Did you fix it?
She didn't have no car trouble. That wasn't her trouble. Oh, she had trouble, all right, but that wasn't it.
What was her trouble?
She made a mistake about me.
What mistake?
She thought I had a sign, mail at stud, hung on.
She thought you... Oh, Mr. Dubinsky, I'm sorry to wake you up, but I just brought my husband back from Memphis Hospital, and I left my box of luminol tablets in the... I gotta have some. I ain't slept for 3 nights. I'm going to pieces, you hear me? I'm going to pieces. I ain't slept in 3 nights. I gotta have some tonight. Now, you look here. If you want to keep my trade, you send me over some tablets. Then bring them yourself. God damn it. Excuse my French. Because I'm going to pieces right this minute. Manajala miseria. Christ, I'm a shivering. It's cold as a goddamn ice plant in this store. I don't know why. It never seems to hold heat. The ceiling's too high or something. It don't hold heat at all. Now, what do you want? I gotta go upstairs.
Hey, here, put this on you.
What is this stuff this thing's made of? It looks like it was snakeskin.
Yeah, well, that's what it is.
What are you doing with a snakeskin jacket?
It's sort of a trademark. People call me Snakeskin.
Who calls you snakeskin?
Oh, in the bars, the sort of place I work in. But I quit that. I'm through with that stuff now.
You're an entertainer.
Yeah, I sing and play the guitar.
Ah. Yeah, it feels warm, all right.
It's warm from my body, I guess.
You must be a warm-blooded boy.
That's right.
Well, what in God's name are you looking for around here?
Work.
Boys like you don't work.
What do you mean by boys like me?
Ones that play the guitar and go around talking about how warm they are.
That happens to be the truth. My temperature's always a couple of degrees above normal, same as a dog's. It's normal for me, the same as is for a dog. That's the truth.
Huh.
You don't believe me?
I have no reason to doubt you, but what about it?
Why, nothing.
You're a peculiar somebody, all right. You are sure. How did you get around here?
I was driving through here last night and an axle broke on my car. That stopped me here. I went to the county jail for a place to sleep out of the rain. Miss Talbot took me in and gave me a cot in the lockup and said if I hung around here till you got back that you might give me a job in the store to help you out since your husband was taken sick.
Uh-huh. Well, she was wrong about that. If I took on help here, it would have to be local help. I couldn't hire no stranger with a snakeskin jacket and a guitar, and that runs a temperature as high as a dog's.
Oh, no, keep it on.
No, I gotta go up now, and you better be going.
I got nowhere to go.
Well, everyone's got a problem, and that's yours.
What nationality are you?
Why do you ask me that?
You seem to be like a foreigner.
I'm a daughter of a wop bootlegger burned to death in his orchard. Yeah, take your jacket.
Well, what was that you said about your father?
Why?
A wop bootlegger?
Yeah, they burned him to death in his orchard. What about it? The story's well known around here. I gotta go up. I'm being called for.
I do electric repairs. I can do all kinds of odd jobs, lady. I'm 30 today and I'm through with the life that I've been leading. I lived in corruption, but I'm not corrupted. And here is why. My life's companion, it washes me clean like water when anything unclean has touched me.
What's all that writing on it?
Autographs of musicians I run into here and there.
Can I see it?
Turn on that light above you. See this name? Leadbelly.
Leadbelly?
Greatest man ever lived on the 12-string guitar. Played it so good he broke the stone heart of a Texas governor with it and won himself a pardon out of jail. And see this name? Oliver. King Oliver. That name is immortal, lady. Greatest man since Gabriel on a horn.
What's this name?
Oh, that name. That name is also immortal. The name Bessie Smith is written in the stars. Jim Crow killed her. John Barleycorn and Jim Crow killed Bessie Smith. Well, that's another story. See this name here? That's another immortal.
Fats Waller. Is his name written in the stars too?
Yes, his name is written in the stars too.
You have any sales experience?
All my life I've been selling something to someone.
So's everybody. You got any character reference on you?
I have this letter.
This boy worked for me 3 months in my auto repair shop and is a real hard worker and is good and honest, but is a peculiar talker. And that is the reason I got to let him go, but would like to keep him. Yours truly. Huh. Some reference.
Is that what it says?
Didn't you know what it says?
No, the man sealed the envelope on it.
Well, that's not the sort of character reference that will do you much good, boy.
No, I guess it ain't.
However.
What?
What people say about you don't mean much. Can you read shoe sizes?
I guess so.
What does 75 David mean? 75 means 7 1/2 long, and David means D wide. You know how to make change.
Yeah, I could make change in a store.
Change it for better or for worse. well, you see that other room there, through that arch there? That's the confectionery. It's closed now, but it's going to be reopened in a short while, and I'm going to compete for the nightlife in this county, the after the movies trade. I'm going to serve setups in there, and I'm going to redecorate. I got it all planned. Artificial branches of fruit trees and flower on the walls and ceilings. It's going to be like an orchard in the spring. My father, he had an orchard on Moon Lake. He made a wine garden of it. We had 15 little white arbors with tables in them, and they were covered with grapevines, and we sold Dago red wine and bootleg whiskey and beer. They burned it up. My father was a burned up in it.
Hey!
No, that's the Sandman with my sleeping pills, tablets. Thanks, Mr. Dubinsky. Sorry I had to disturb you. Well, go to hell then, you old bastard. You ever had trouble sleeping?
I can sleep or not sleep as long or short as I want to.
Is that all right?
I can sleep on a concrete floor or go without sleeping without even feeling sleepy for 48 hours. And I can hold my breath 3 minutes without blacking out. I made $10 betting I could do it, and I did it. And I can go a whole day without passing water.
Is that a fact?
That's a fact. I served time on a chain gang for vagrancy once, and they tied me to a post all day. And I stood there all day without passing water to show the sons of bitches that I could do.
I see what that auto repairman was talking about when he said this boy is a peculiar talker. Well, what else can you do? Tell me some more about your self-control.
Well, they say that a woman can burn a man down, but I can burn down a woman.
Which woman?
Any two-footed woman.
Well, there's a lot of two-footed women around here that might be willing to test the truth of that statement.
I'm saying I could. I'm not saying I would.
Don't worry, boy. I'm one two-footed woman that you don't have to convince of your perfect controls.
Now, I'm done with all that.
What's the matter? Have they tired you out?
I'm not tired. I'm disgusted.
Oh, you're disgusted, huh?
I'm telling you, lady, there's people bought and sold in this world like carcasses of hogs in butcher shops.
You ain't telling me nothing. I don't know.
You might think there's many, many kinds of people in this world, but lady, there's just two kinds of people. The ones that are bought and the others. Ah, no. There's one other kind.
What kind is that?
The kind that's never been branded.
You will be, man.
They gotta catch me first.
Well, then you better not settle down in this county.
You know, they's a kind of bird that don't have legs, so it can't light on nothing, but has to stay all its life on its wings in the sky. That's true. I seen one once. It had died and fallen to earth, and it was light blue colored, and its body was tiny as your little finger. That's the truth. It had a body as tiny as your little finger, and so light on the palm of your hand it didn't weigh more than a feather. But its wings spread out this wide, and they was transparent, the color of the sky, and you could see through them. That's what they call protection coloring. Camouflage, they call it. You can't tell those birds from the sky, and that's why the hawks don't catch them. Don't see them up there in the high blue sky near the sun.
How about in the gray weather?
They fly so high in gray weather the goddamn hawks would get dizzy. But those little birds, they don't have no legs at all, and they live their whole lives on the wing, and they sleep on the wind. That's how they sleep at night. They just spread their wings and go to sleep on the wind, like other birds fold their wings and go to sleep on a tree. They sleep on the wind, never lied on this earth, but one time when they die.
I'd like to be one of those birds.
So would I like to be one of those birds. There's lots of people would like to be one of those birds and never corrupted.
If one of those birds ever dies and falls on the ground and you happen to find it, I wish you would show it to me, because I think maybe you just imagine there is a bird of that kind in existence. Because I don't think nothing living has ever been that free, not even nearly. Show me one of them birds and I'll say, yes, God's made one a perfect creature. I'm sure would give this mercantile store and every bit of stock in it to be that tiny bird, the color of the sky, for one night to sleep on the wind and float around under the stars. Because I sleep with a son of a bitch who bought me at a fire sale, and not in 15 years have I had a single good dream, not the one. Oh, shit. I don't know why I'm telling a stranger this. Take this dollar and go and eat it all night on the highway, and come back here in the morning and I'll put you to work. I'll break you in clerking here, and when the new confectionery opens, well, maybe I can use you in there. The door locks when you close it. But let's get one thing straight.
What thing?
I'm not interested in your perfect functions. In fact, you don't interest me no more than the air that you stand in. If that's understood, we'll have a good working relation. But otherwise, trouble. Of course, I know you're crazy, but there's lots of crazier people than you are still running loose, and some of them in high positions too. Just remember, no monkey business with me. Now go eat, you're hungry.
Mind if I leave this here, my life's companion?
Leave it here if you want to.
Thanks, lady.
Don't mention it.
I don't know nothing about you except you're nice, but you are just about the nicest person I have ever run into. Now, I'm going to be steady and honest and hardworking to please you, and anytime you have any more trouble sleeping, I know how to fix that for you. Lady Osteopath taught me how to make little adjustments in the neck and spine and give you sound, natural sleep. Well, good night now.
He goes out, count 5, then she throws back her head and laughs. Then she turns and wonderingly picks up and runs her hands tenderly over his guitar as the curtain falls. Act 2, Scene 1. The store, afternoon a few weeks later. The table and chair are back in the confectionery. Lady is hanging up the phone. Val is standing just outside the door. He turns and enters. Outside on the highway, a mule team is laboring to pull a big truck back on the icy pavement. A Negro voice shouts, "Tee up!"
One of them big Diamond T trucks and trailers gone off the highway last night, and a 6-mule team is trying to pull it back on.
Mister, we just now got a big fat complaint about you from a woman that says it wasn't a widow, that if she wasn't a widow, her husband would come in here and beat the tar out of you.
Yeah? Is this a small pink-headed woman?
Pin-headed a woman, did you say?
No, I said pink. A little pink-haired woman in a checkered coat with pearl buttons this big on it.
I talked to her on the phone. She didn't go into such details about her appearance, but she did say you got familiar. I said, how? By his talk, behavior? And she said, both. Now, I was afraid of this when I warned you last week. No monkey business here, boy.
Oh, this little pink-headed woman bought a Valentine from me, and all I said is my name is Valentine to her. A few minutes later, a small colored boy come in and delivered the Valentine to me with something wrote on it, and I believe I still got it.
Signed it with a lipstick kiss? You didn't show up for this date?
No, ma'am, and that's why she complained.
Hey, pick that match up off the floor.
Are you bucking for sergeant or something?
Did you walk around in front of her that way?
What way?
Slewfoot? Slewfoot? Did you stand in front of her like that? That close? In that the position?
What position?
Everything you do is suggestive.
Suggestive of what?
Of what you said you was through with something. No, shoot, you know what I mean. Why'd you think I give you a plain, dark business suit to work in?
Uh-huh.
Now, what are you taking that off for?
I'm giving the suit back to you. I'll change my pants in the closet.
Hey, I'm sorry. You hear me? I didn't sleep well last night. Hey, I said I'm sorry. You hear me?
Let me have my guitar, lady. You find too many faults with me, and I tried to do good.
I told you I'm sorry. You want me to get down and lick the dust off your shoes?
Just give me back my guitar.
I ain't dissatisfied with you. I'm pleased with you, sincerely.
You sure don't show it.
My nerves are all shot to pieces. Shake?
You mean I ain't fired, so I don't have to quit?
You see, we don't know each other. We're just getting acquainted.
Yeah, that's right. Like a couple of animals sniffing around each other.
Well, not exactly like that, but
we don't know each other. How do people get to know each other? I used to think they did it by touch.
By what?
By touch, by touching each other.
Oh, you mean by a close contact.
But later it seemed that like that made them more strangers than ever, more strangers than ever.
Then how do you think they got to know each other?
Well, in answer to your last question, I would say this. Nobody ever gets to know nobody. We're all of us sentenced to solitary confinement inside our own skins for life. You understand me, lady? I'm telling you, it's the truth. We got to face it. We're under a lifelong sentence to solitary confinement inside our own lonely skins for as long as we live on this earth.
Oh, no. I'm not a big optimist, but I cannot agree with something as sad as that statement.
Listen, when I was a kid on Witch's Bayou, after my folks all scattered away like loose chicken feathers blown around by the wind, I'd stayed there alone on the bayou, hunted and trapped out of season and hid from the law. Listen, all that time, all that lonely time, I felt I was waiting for something.
What for?
What does anyone wait for? For something to happen, for anything to happen, to make things make more sense. It's hard to remember what that feeling was like because I've lost it now. But I was waiting for something like if you ask a question, you wait for someone to answer, but you ask the wrong question or you ask the wrong person and the answer don't come. Does everything stop because you don't get the answer? No, it goes right on as if the answer was given. Day comes after day and night comes after night, and you're still waiting for someone to answer the question and go right on as if the question was answered. And then, well, then...
Then what?
You get the make-believe answer.
What answer is that?
Oh, don't pretend you don't know because you do.
Love.
That's the make-believe answer. It's fooled many a fool besides you and me. That's the God's truth, lady, and you had better believe it. I met a girl on the bayou when I was 14. I had a feeling that day that if I just kept poling the boat down the bayou a little bit further, I would come bang into whatever it was I'd been so long expecting.
Was she the answer? That this a girl that you met on the bayou?
You made me think that she was.
How did she do that?
By coming out of the dog trot of a cabin as naked as I was in that flat-bottom boat. She stood there a while with the daylight burning around her as bright as heaven as far as I could see. You could see you've seen the inside of a shell, how white it is, pearly white. Her naked skin was like that. Oh God, I remember a bird flown out of the moss and its wings made a shadow on her. And then it sung a single high, clear note. And as if she was waiting for that as a kind of signal to catch me, she turned and smiled and walked on back in the cabin.
You followed.
Yes, I followed. I followed like a bird's tail follows a bird. I followed. I thought that she gave me the answer to the question I'd been waiting for. But afterwards, I wasn't sure that was it. But from that time, the question wasn't much plainer than the answer. And
What?
at 15, I left Witch's Bayou. When the dog died, I sold my boat and the gun. I went to New Orleans in this snakeskin jacket. It didn't take long for me to learn the score.
What did you learn?
I learned that I had something to sell besides snake skins and other wild things' skins I caught on the bayou. I was corrupted. That's the answer.
Nah, that ain't the answer.
Okay, you tell me the answer.
I don't know the answer. I just know corruption ain't the answer. I know that much. If I thought that was the answer, I'd take Jabe's pistol or his morphine tablets and... Go
I
ahead.
gotta use your payphone.
Yeah, go ahead. Help yourself.
Coutrell Place. Get me the Coutrell Place, will you? David Coutrell or his wife, whichever comes to the phone.
Lady, where's Lady? Carol Coutrell is...
Quiet, please. I'm calling her brother about her. Who's this I'm talking to? Good. I'm calling about your sister, Carol Coutrell. She's blowing her car horn at the Red Crown station. She's blowing and blowing her car horn at the Red Crown station because my husband gave the station attendants instructions not to service her car. She's blowing and blowing and blowing on her horn, drawing a big crowd there. And Mr. Coutrell, I thought that you and your father had agreed to keep that girl out of Two River County for good. That's what we all understood around here.
Good. Tell him that if she don't...
out of the car and...
Well, I just wanted to let you know that she's back here in town making another disturbance, and my husband's on the phone now at the Red Crown station trying to get the sheriff. So she gets picked up here by the law. Can't say I didn't warn you, Mr. Coutrell. Oh, good.
Where is she? Where's she gone now?
You better be quick about it. Yes, I do. I sympathize with you and your father and Mrs. Coutrell, but Carol can't demand service at our station. We just refuse to wait on her. She's not... Hello?
What's he doing? Coming to pick her up?
Call the sheriff's office. What's going on now?
Look, they're pushing her out of the station driveway.
Where's Carol?
Going into the White Star Pharmacy. Lady, I want you to give me your word that if that Coutrell girl comes in here, you won't wait on her. You hear me?
No.
What? Would you refuse to wait on her?
I can't refuse to wait on anyone in this store.
Well, I'd like to know why you can't.
Shh, I'm on the phone.
Who are you phoning, Dolly?
That White Star Pharmacy. I want to make sure that Mr. Dubinsky refuses to wait on that girl. I want the White Star Pharmacy. I mean the White Star Pharmacy. I'm so upset my tongue's twisted. I'm getting a busy signal. Has she come out yet?
No, she's still in the White Star.
Maybe they're not waiting on her.
Dubinsky'd wait on a purple-bottomed baboon if it put a dime on the counter and pointed at something.
I know she sat at a table in the Bluebird Cafe half an hour last time she was here, and the waitresses never came near her.
That's different. They're not foreigners there. You can't ostracize a person out of this county unless everybody cooperates. Lady just told me that she was gonna wait on her if she comes in here.
Lady wouldn't do that.
Ask her. She told me she would.
Oh, for God's sake, no, I'm not going to refuse to wait on her because you all don't like her. Besides, I'm delighted that wild girl is giving her brother so much trouble.
Shh! Mr. Dubinsky, this is Dolly Hammer, Mr. Dog Hammer's wife. I want to ask you, is Tyler Couture in your drugstore?
Dolly. Dolly.
He isn't.
What?
He's here.
Oh, never mind. Mr. Dubinsky,
Hello, Carol.
Hello, lady.
I thought you were in New Orleans, Carol.
Yes, I was last night.
Well, you got the back fast.
I drove all night.
In that storm?
The wind took the top off my car, but I didn't stop.
Is something wrong at home? Is somebody sick?
No, not that I know of. I wouldn't know if there was. May I sit down?
Why, sure.
Pay me to stay away so I wouldn't know. You could have a fever. I feel like I'm catching pneumonia. Everything's so far away.
Is something wrong?
Everything seems miles away.
Is there something you want? Carol, I said, is there anything that you want here?
Excuse me. Yes.
Yes, what?
Don't bother now. I'll wait.
Wait for what? What are you waiting for? You don't have to wait for nothing. Just say what you want, and if I got it in stock, I'll give it to you.
Thank you. No.
Get that phone, Val.
I just want to wait here to see if she does or she does not.
Unmute.
just said she would.
Just the same, I'm going to wait.
Oh, yes, sir, she is. I'll tell her. Her brother's heard she's here and he's coming to pick her up.
David Couture is not coming in this store.
Oh.
David Couture used to be her lover.
I remember you told me.
Beulah, Dolly, well, you're back here hissing together like a geese. Why don't you go in the Bluebird and have some hot coffee? Talk there.
It looks like we're getting what they call the bum's rush.
I never say where I'm not wanted, and when I'm not wanted somewhere, I never come back.
What did you come here for?
Deliver a message.
To me?
No.
Then who? Him. Okay. Then give him the message. Deliver the message to him.
Private message. Well, can I speak to him alone, please?
Oh, for God's sake. Your brother's plantation is 10 minutes from here in that sky blue Cadillac his rich wife gave him. Now look, he's on his way here, but I won't let him come in. I don't even want his hand to touch the door handle. I know your message. This boy knows your message. There's nothing private about it. But I tell you that this boy's not for sale in my store. Now, I'm going out to watch for the sky blue Cadillac on the highway. And when I see it, I'm going to throw this door open and holler. And when I holler, I want you out of this door like a shot from a pistol. That fast. Understand?
You told the lady I work for you that you had a message for me. Is that right, miss? You got a message for me?
You split some ashes on your new suit.
Is that the message?
No, that was just an excuse to touch you. This message is,
What?
I love to hold something the way you hold your guitar. That's how I hold. That's how I love to hold something with such tender protection. I love to hold you that way, with that same tender protection. Because you hang the moon for me.
Who are you trying to fool beside yourself? You couldn't stand the weight of a man's body on you. What's this here? A human wrist with a bone? Feels like a twig I could snap with 2 fingers. Little girl, you're transparent. I can see the veins in you. A man's weight on you would break you like a bundle of sticks.
Isn't it funny? You've hit on the truth about me. The act of love making is almost unbearable, painful. And yet, of course, I do bear it, because to be not alone, even for a few moments, is worth the pain and the danger. Dangerous for me because I'm not built for childbearing.
Well, then fly away, little bird. Fly away before you get broke.
Why do you dislike me?
I never dislike nobody till they interfere with me.
How have I interfered with you? Did I snitch when I saw my cousin's watch on you?
You won't take my word for a true thing. I told you, I'm 30 years old, and I'm done with the crowd you run with and the places you run to. The club rendezvous, the Starlight Lounge, the music bar, and all the night places. Here, take this Rolex chronometer that tells the time of the day and the day of the week and the month and all the crazy moon's phases. I never stole nothing before. When I stole that, I'd known it was time for me to get off the party. So take it back now to Bertie. That's my message to you and the pack you run with.
I've run with nobody. I hoped I could run with you. You're in danger here, Snakeskin. You've taken off the jacket that said, I'm wild, I'm alone, and put on the nice blue uniform of a convict. Last night, I woke up thinking about you again. I drove all night to bring you this warning of danger. The message I came here to give you was a warning of danger. I hope you'd hear me and let me take you away from you before it's too late.
Your brother's coming. Go out. He can't come in. Lock up that door. Don't let him come in my store.
Harold?
She's in there.
Carol, you broke the agreement. All right, I'll drive you back. Where's your coat? Where's your coat? Where's my sister's coat?
Wait, please.
How are you, lady?
Val, go out.
Carol, you wait for me in my car.
I told you never come in this store.
I came for my sister.
No, wait.
I don't dare leave my sister alone on that road.
I have something to tell you I never told you before. I carried your child in my body the summer you quit me.
I didn't know.
No, I didn't write you no letter about it. I was proud then. I had pride. But I had your child in my body the summer you quit me. That summer they burned my father in his wine garden, and you washed your hands clean of any connection with a Dago bootlegger's daughter, and took that society girl that restored your home place and gave you such well-born children.
I didn't know.
Well, now you know. You know now. I carried your child in my body the summer you quit me, but I had it cut out of my body, and they cut out my heart with it.
I didn't know.
I wanted death after that. But death don't come when you want it. It comes when you don't want it. I wanted death then, but I took the next best thing. You sold yourself. I sold myself. You was bought. I was bought. You made whores of us both.
I didn't know.
But that's all a long time ago. Some reason I drove by there a few nights ago, the shore of the lake where my father had his wine garden. You remember. You remember the wine garden of my father. No, you don't. You don't remember it even.
Lady, I don't remember anything else.
The mandolin of my father, the songs that I sang with my father in my father's wine garden.
Yes, I don't remember anything else.
Cora ingrata, come la rosa. And we disappeared and he would call, lady, lady. How could I answer him with my two tongues in my mouth? I hold hard feelings. Don't ever come here again. If your wild sister comes here, send somebody else for her, not you, not you, because I hope never to feel this knife again in me.
More. Continue.
And don't pity me neither. I haven't gone down so terribly far in the world. I got a going concern in this mercantile store. In there, the confectionery which will reopen this spring. It's being done over to make it the place for all the young people will come to. It's going to be like the wine garden of my father. Those wine drinking nights when you had something better than anything you've had since.
Lady, that's
What?
true.
Go now. I just wanted to tell you my life ain't over. I made a fool of myself.
Why?
I made a fool of myself.
End scene. Scene 2. Sunset of that day. Val is alone in the store, as if preparing to go. The sunset is fiery. A large woman appears at the door and stands there looking dazed. It's V. Talbot.
Hello, Miss Talbot.
Something's gone wrong with my eyes. I can't see nothing.
Oh, here, let me help you. You probably drove up here with that setting sun in your face. There now, sit down right here.
Thank you so much.
I haven't seen you since that night you brought me here to ask for this job.
Has the minister called on you yet, Reverend Tooker? I made him promise he would. I told him you were new around here and weren't affiliated to any church yet. I want you to go to ours.
Oh, that's mighty kind of you.
The Church of Resurrection is Episcopal.
Uh-huh.
Unwrap that picture, please.
Sure.
It's the Church of the Resurrection. I give it a sort of imaginative treatment. You know, Gabe and Lady have never darkened a church door. I thought it ought to be hung where Jabe could look at it. It might help to bring that poor dying man to Jesus.
What's this here in the picture?
The steeple.
Oh, is the church steeple red?
Why, no, but...
Why'd you paint it red then?
Oh, well, you see, I just felt it that way. I paint a thing how I feel it instead of always the way it actually is. Appearances can be misleading. Nothing is what it looks like to the eyes. You've got to have vision to see.
Yes, vision. Vision to see.
I paint from vision. They call me a visionary.
Oh.
That's what the New Orleans and Memphis newspaper people admire so much in my work. They call it a primitive style, the work of a visionary. One of my pictures is hung on the exhibition in Audubon Park, and they have asked for others. I can't turn them out fast enough. I have to wait for visions. No, I can't paint without visions. I cannot live without visions.
Have you always had visions?
No, just since I was born, I was born. I was born with a call, a sort of thing like a veil, a thin sort of a web over my eyes. They call that a call. It's a sign that you're going to have visions. And I did. I had them. When I was little, my baby sister died. Just 1 day old, she died. They had to baptize her at midnight to save her soul.
Uh-huh.
The minister came at midnight, and after the baptism service, he handed the bowl of holy water to me and told me, "Be sure to empty this out on the ground." I didn't. I was scared to go out at midnight with death. In the house, and I sneaked into the kitchen. I emptied the holy water into the kitchen sink. Thunder struck, and the kitchen sink turned black. The kitchen sink turned absolutely black.
Mother, what you doing?
Talking.
I'm going to see Jabe a minute. You go out and wait in the car.
Oh, I tell you, since I got into this painting, my whole outlook is different. I can't explain how it is. It's the difference to me.
You don't have to explain. I know what you mean. Before you started to paint, it didn't make sense.
What? What didn't?
Existence.
No. It didn't. Wait, existence didn't make sense.
You lived in Two River County, the wife of the county sheriff. You saw awful things take place.
Awful things.
Beatings.
Yes.
Lynchings.
Yes.
Runaway convicts torn to pieces by hounds.
Chain gang dogs.
Yeah.
Tear fugitives.
Yeah.
To pieces.
But violence ain't always quick. Sometimes it's slow. Some tornadoes are slow. Corruption rots men's hearts, and rot is slow.
How do you?
No, I've been a witness. I know.
I've been a witness. I know.
We've seen these things from seats down front of the show. And so you begun to paint your visions without no plan, no training. You started to paint as if God touched your fingers. You made some beauty out of this dark country with those two soft woman hands. Yeah. You made some beauty.
Hey, cut this crap. Go out, wait in the car. Jabe Torrance told me to take a good look at you. Well, now I'm taking that look.
He nods shortly, goes out of store. The store is now very dim. As the door closes on Talbot, Val picks up a painting. He goes behind the counter and places it on a shelf, then picks up his guitar and sits on the counter. Lights go down to mock a division as he signs and plays Heavenly Grass. Scene 3. As Val finishes the song, Lady descends the stair. He rises and turns on a green shaded light bulb.
You've been up there a long time.
I gave him a morphine. He must be out of his mind. He says such awful things to me. He says I want him to die.
No, you sure you don't?
I don't want no one to die. That's terrible, Val. You got to go now?
I'm late.
Later for what? You got a date with somebody?
No.
Then stay a while. Play something. I'm all unstrung. I made a terrible fool of myself down here today with.
That girl's brother?
Yes, I threw away pride.
His sister said she'd come here to give me a warning. I wonder what of.
I said to him, I should have been too proud to say.
Once or twice lately, I've woke up with a fast heart, shouting something, and had to pick up my guitar to calm myself down. Somehow or other, I can't get used to this place. I don't feel safe in this place, but I want to stay.
No. The chain gang dogs are chasing some runaway convict.
Run, boy! Run fast, brother! If they catch you, you never will run again. That's for sure. Uh-oh, the dogs have got him. Oh, they're tearing him to pieces.
No, wait.
Huh?
Where do you stay?
When?
Nights.
I stay at the Wildwood Cabins on the highway.
You like it there?
Uh-huh.
Why?
I got a comfortable bed, 2-burner stove, a shower, and icebox there.
You want to save money?
I never could in my life.
You could if you stayed on the place.
What place?
This place.
Whereabouts on this place?
Back of that curtain.
Where they try on clothes?
There's a cot there. A nurse slept on it when Jabe had his first operation, and there's a washroom down there, and I'll get a plumber to put in a hot and cold shower. I'll fix it up nice for you.
I don't like to be obligated.
Oh, there wouldn't be no obligation. You do me a favor. I feel safer at night with somebody on the place. I would. It would cost you nothing. And you could save up that money you spend on the cabin. How much? 10 a week? Why, 2 or 3 months from now, you could save enough money to go on and take a look at it. See if it don't suit you, all right? Where does the heat go in this building?
Heat rises.
You, with your dog's temperature, don't feel cold, do you? I do. I turn blue with it.
Yeah.
Well, aren't you going to look at it? The room back there? And see if it suits you or not?
I'll go and take a look at it.
Well, is it okay or what?
I've never been in a position where I could turn down something I got for nothing in my life. I like that picture in there. That's a famous picture, that September morn picture you got on the wall in there. I might have trouble sleeping in a room with that picture. I might keep turning the light on to take another look at it. The way she's cold in that water and sort of crouched over in it, holding her body like that, that might that might sort of keep me awake.
Yeah, you with your dog's temperature and your control of all the functions, it would take more than a picture to keep you awake.
Yeah, I was just kidding.
I was just kidding too.
But you know how a single man is. You don't come home every day with just his shadow.
You bring girls home nights to the Wildwood Cabin, do you?
Well, I ain't so far, but I would like to feel free to. That old life is what I'm used to. I always worked nights in cities, and if you work nights in cities, you live in a different city from those that work days.
Yes, I know. I imagine.
The ones that work days in cities and the ones that work nights in cities, they live in different cities. Cities have the same name, but they are different cities. As different as night and day. There's something wild in the country that only the night people know.
Yeah, I know.
I'm 30 years old, but sudden changes don't work. It takes...
time, yes.
You've been good to me, lady. Why do you want me to stay here?
I told you why.
For company, nights?
Yeah, to guard the store nights.
To be a night watchman?
Yeah, to be a night watchman.
You feel nervous alone here?
Naturally now, Jabe sleeps with a pistol next to him, but if somebody broke in the store, he couldn't get up, and all I could do is holler. Who'd hear me? They got a telephone girl on the night shift with sleeping sickness, I think. Anyhow, why are you so suspicious? You look at me like you thought I was plotting. Kind people exist, even me.
I understand, lady, but why are you sitting up so stiff in that chair? You're still unrelaxed.
I know.
Relax. I'm going to show you some tricks I learned from a lady osteopath that took me in too.
What tricks?
How to manipulate joints and bones in a way that makes you feel like a loose piece of string. You trust me or don't you?
Yeah, I trust you completely, but...
Well, then lean forward a little and raise your arms up and turn sideways in the chair. Drop your head. Now the spine, lady.
That makes it sound like boards contracting with cold in the building.
Better?
Oh, yes, much, thanks.
Your skin is like silk. You're light skinned to be Italian.
Yeah, most people in this country think Italian people are dark. Some are, but not all are. Some of them are fair, very fair. My father's people were dark, but my mother's people were fair. my mother's mother's sister, she come here from Monte Cassino to die with relations, but I think people always die alone, with or without relations. I was a little girl then, and I remember it took her such a long, long time to die. We almost forgot her. And she was so quiet in a corner. And I remember asking her one time, Zia Teresa, how does it feel to die? Only a little girl would ask such a question. And I remember her answer. She said, it's a lonely feeling. I think she wished she had stayed on in Italy and died in a place that she knew. Well, there's a washroom, and I'll get the plumber to put in a hot and cold shower. Well, I'll go up and get some clean linen and make up the bed then. Thief! Thief!
Turns to the phone, lifts the receiver, holds it for a moment, then slams it back into place, wanders desperately back to the door, opens it, and stands, staring out into the starless night as the scene dims out. Music, blues guitar. Scene 4, late that night. Val enters the store, a little unsteadily, with his guitar, goes to the cash box and rings it open. He counts some bills off a big wad and returns them to the cash box, and the larger wad to the pocket of his snakeskin jacket. Suddenly, footsteps above, bites bills onto stair landing. He quickly moves away from the cash box as Lady appears on the landing in a white sateen robe. She carries a flashlight.
Who's that?
Me.
Oh, my God, how you scared me.
You didn't expect me?
How did I know it was you I heard come in?
I thought you'd give me a room here.
You left without letting me know if you took it or not.
Catch me turning down something I get for nothing.
Well, you might have said something, so I'd expect you or not.
I thought you took it for granted.
I don't take nothing for granted. Wait. I'm coming downstairs.
Hey, you're blinding me with that flashlight.
The bed's not made up because I didn't expect you.
That's all right.
I brought the linen downstairs and you'd cut out.
Yeah, well, give me that stuff. I can make up my own rack. Tomorrow you'll have to get yourself a new clerk. I had a lucky night.
Hey, did you just open this cash box?
Why you ask that?
I thought I heard it ring open a minute ago. That's why I come down here.
In your white satin kimono?
Did you just open the cash box?
Well, I wonder who did if I didn't.
Nobody did if you didn't, but somebody did.
How come you didn't lock the cash up in the safe this evening, lady?
Sometimes I forget to.
That's careless.
Why'd you open the cash box when you come in?
I opened it twice this evening, once before I went out and again when I come back. I borrowed some money and put it back in the box and got all this left over. I beat a blackjack dealer 5 times straight. With this much loot, I can retire for the season.
Chicken feed. I'm sorry for you.
You're sorry for me.
I'm sorry for you because nobody can help you. I was touched by your strangeness, your strange talk. That thing about the birds with no feet, so they have to sleep on the wind. I said to myself, this boy is a bird with no feet, so he has to sleep on the wind. And that softened my fool Dago heart, and I wanted to help you. Fool me. I got what I should have expected. You robbed me while I was upstairs to get sheets to make up your bed. I guess I'm a fool to even feel disappointed.
You're disappointed in me. I was disappointed in you.
How did I disappoint you?
There was no cot behind that curtain before. You put it back there for a purpose.
No, it was back there, folded behind the mirror.
It wasn't back in no mirror when you told me 3 times to go.
I left that money in the cash box on purpose to find out if I could trust you.
You got back the...
No. I can't trust you. Now I know I can't trust you. You got to trust anybody, and I don't want him.
That's okay. I don't expect no character reference from you.
I'll give you a character reference. I'll say this boy is peculiar talker, but I wouldn't say a real hard worker or honest. I'd say a peculiar slew-footed that sweet talks you while he's got a hand in your cash box.
I took out less than you owed me.
Don't mix up the issue. I see through you, mister.
I see through you, lady.
What do you see through me?
You sure you want me to tell?
I'd love you to tell.
A not so young and not so satisfied woman that hired a man off the highway to do double duty without paying overtime for it. I mean a store clerk days and a stud nights and...
God, no. Yeah, you, oh God, no, you cheap little...
It's natural. You felt lonely.
Why do you come back here?
To put back the money I took so you wouldn't remember me as not honest or grateful.
No, don't go. I need you to live, to go on living.
Music fades, lady's love song on the guitar. He closes the curtain and turns the light out behind it, making it translucent. Through an opening in the alcove entrance, we see him sitting down with his guitar. Lady picks up the linen and crosses to the stove like a spellbound child. Just outside of it, she stops, frozen with uncertainty, a conflict of feelings. But then he begins to whisper the words of a song so tenderly that she is able to draw the curtain open and enter the alcove. He looks up bravely at her from his guitar. She closes the curtain behind her. It's bizarre design. A gold tree with white birds and a scarlet fruit on it is softly translucent with the bulb lighted behind it. The guitar continues softly for a few moments, stops. The stage darkens till only the curtain of the alcove is clearly visible. Curtain. Act 3, Scene 1. In early morning, the Saturday before Easter, the sleeping alcove is lighted. Val is smoking, half dressed on the stage, on the edge of the cot. Lady comes running, panting downstairs, her hair loose, in dressing robe and slippers, and calls out in a panicking, shrill whisper.
Val, he's a-coming downstairs.
Who's what?
Jabe.
Jabe?
Yeah, I swear he's a-coming downstairs.
What of it?
What a... Jesus, will you get up and put some clothes on? The damn nurse told him that he could come down in the store to check over the stock. You want him to catch you half dressed on that bed there?
Don't he know I sleep here?
Nobody knows you sleep here but you and me. Oh, God. They've started.
Don't hurry now. Take one step at a time.
Get your shirt on. Come on. Come out.
That's right. One step at a time. One step at a time. Lean on my shoulder and take one step at a time. Oh, now just look at that. That nice bright sun coming out.
Miss Porter, it's a cold down here.
What'd she say?
She says, it's cold down here.
The air's not warm enough yet. The airs are not heated.
He's determined to come right down, Mrs. Torrance.
I know, but...
Wild horses couldn't hold him a minute longer.
Oh, let's rest here a minute.
Yes, rest here a minute.
Okay, we'll rest here a minute.
Well, lady, what's wrong? Why are you so excited?
It seems like a miracle to me.
What seems like a miracle to you?
You're coming downstairs.
You never thought I would come downstairs again?
Well, not as quick as this. Jabe, did you think he would pick up as quick as this, Miss Porter?
Ready?
Ready.
He's doing just fine, Knockwood.
Yes, knock a wood. You got to be careful not to overdo. You don't want another setback. Ain't that right, Miss Porter?
Well, it's my policy to mobilize the patient.
Coffee's boiling. Take the goddamn coffee pot off the burner.
Who you talking to?
To Val, the clerk. I told him to get you a chair.
Who's that?
Val, the clerk. You know Val.
Not yet. I'm anxious to meet him. Where is he?
Right here. Here's the Val.
He's here bright and early.
Oh, the early bird catches the worm.
That's right. Where is the worm?
Careful. One step at a time, Mr. Torrance.
A Saturday before Easter is our biggest sales day of the year. I mean, second biggest, but sometimes it's even bigger than a Christmas Eve. So I told Val to get here half an hour early.
Here.
Oh, my God.
I'm all right.
Oh, are you sure?
Are you sure?
Let me go.
Oh my God.
This is the boy that works here.
Yes, this is the clerk. I hired to help us out, Jabe.
How's he doing?
Fine.
He's mighty good looking. Do women give him much trouble?
When the school lets out, the high school girls are thick as flies in this store.
How about older women? Don't he attract older women? The older ones are the buyers. They got the money. They sweat it out of their husbands and throw it away. What's your salary, boy? How much do I pay you?
$22.50 a week.
No, you're getting him cheap.
I get commissions.
Commissions?
Yes, 1% of all sales.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
I knew he would bring in trade, and he brings it in.
I bet.
Val, get Jib a chair. He ought to sit down.
No, I don't want to sit down. I want to take a look at the new confectionery.
Oh, yes. Take a look at it. Val, turn on the lights in the confectionery. I wanted Jabe to see the way I done it over. I'm a real proud. Go in and look at it, Jabe. I'm a real proud of it.
You looks like death.
Shush.
Well, isn't this autistic?
Yeah, autistic as hell.
I never seen anything like it before.
Nobody else did either.
Who done these decorations?
I did them all myself.
What do you know? It sure is something autistic.
Is there a circus or a carnival in the county?
What?
That sounds like Circus Calliope on the highway.
Oh, that's no Circus Calliope. It's advertising the gala opening of the Torrance Confectionery tonight.
Doing what did you say?
It's announcing the opening of our confectionery. It's going all over Glorious Hill this morning and all over Sunset and Lyon this afternoon. Hurry on here so that you can see it. Go by the store.
Oh, I married a live one, Miss Porter. How much does that damn thing cost me?
Oh, you'll be surprised how little. I hired it for a song.
How much of a song did you hire it for?
Next to nothing. $7.50 an hour, and it covers 3 towns in 2 River County.
No, Miss Porter, I married a live one. Didn't I marry a live one? Or Daddy the Wop was just as much of a live one till he burned up. He had a wine garden on North Shore Moon Lake. The new confectionery sort of reminds me of it. He made a mistake. He made a bad mistake one time, selling liquor to niggers. We burned him out. We burned him out. House and orchard and vines, and the Wop was burned up trying to fight the fire. I think I better go up.
Did you say we?
I have a kind of cramp.
Well, let's go up.
Yes. I better go up.
Jaba, did you say we did it? Did you say we did it?
Yes, I said we did it. You heard me, lady.
One step at a time. One step at a time. Take it easy.
Don't forget tonight, folks, the gala opening of the Torrance Confectionery. Free drinks and free favors. Don't forget it, the gala opening of the confectionery.
He's bleeding. He's having a hemorrhage. Dr. Buchanan's office? Your husband is having a hemorrhage.
Did you hear what he said? He said, we did it. We burned house and vine and orchard. The Wop burned fighting the fire.
End scene. Scene 2, sunset of the same day. At Rise, Val is alone. He is standing still down center stage, almost beneath the proscenium, in the tense, frozen attitude of a wild animal, listening to something that warns it of danger. His head turns as if he were looking off stage left, out over the house, frowning slightly, attentively. After a moment, he mutters something sharply, and his body relaxes. He takes out a cigarette and crosses to the store entrance, opens the door, and stands looking out. It has been raining steadily and will rain again in a while, but now it is clearing. The sun breaks through, suddenly with great brilliance, and almost at the same instant, at some distance, a woman cries out a great hoarse cry of terror and exultation. The cry is repeated as she comes running nearer. V. Talbot appears through the window as if blind and demented, stiff, groping gestures, shielding her eyes with one arm as she feels along the store window for the entrance, gasping for breath. Val steps inside, taking hold of her arm to guide her into the store. For a few moments, she leans weakly, blindly panting for breath against the oval glass of the door, then calls out.
I'm struck blind.
You can't see?
No, nothing.
Sit down here, Mrs. Talbot.
Where?
Here. What hurt your eyes, Miss Talbot? What happened to your eyes?
The vision I waited and prayed for all my life long.
You had a vision?
I saw the eyes of my Savior. They struck me blind. Oh, they burned my eyes out.
Well, lean back.
Eyeballs burn like fire.
I'll get you something cold to put on your eyes.
I knew a vision was coming. Oh, I had so many signs.
It must be a terrible shock to have a vision.
I thought I would see my Savior on the day of his passion, which was yesterday, Good Friday. That's when I expected to see him, but I was mistaken. I was disappointed. Yesterday passed and nothing much happened, but today, this afternoon, somehow I pulled myself together and walked outdoors and started to go to pray in empty church and meditate on the rising of Christ tomorrow. Along the road as I walked, thinking about the mysteries of Easter veils seemed to drop off my eyes. Light, oh light, I never have seen such brilliance. It pricked my eyeballs like needles.
Light?
Yes, light. You know where we live in light and shadow. That's what we live in a world of light and shadow.
Yes, in light and shadow.
A world of light and shadow is what we live in, and it's confusing.
Yeah, they do get mixed.
Well, and then I heard this clap of thunder. Sky split open, and there in the split open sky, I saw two huge blazing eyes of Jesus Christ is risen. Not crucified, but risen. I mean, crucified, then risen. The blazing eyes of Christ risen, and then his hand, invisible. I didn't see his hand, but it touched me here. It touched me right here.
V!
You.
V!
You.
V!
The eyes.
Let go of her. Don't put your hands on my wife. Don't move. I'm coming back.
I'm not going nowhere.
Dog, go in there with that boy.
Sheriff caught her messing with his wife.
What do you want?
Son of a low-down bitch fooling. That's right. It ought to be shut. Cut the son of a bitch.
What do you... It's 6 o'clock. Store's closed.
Boy, I said stay here.
I'm not going nowhere.
Stand back under that light.
Which light?
That light. I want to look at you while I'm running through some photos of men wanted.
I'm not wanted.
A good-looking boy like you was always wanted. How tall are you, boy?
Never measured.
How much do you weigh?
Never weighed.
Got any scars or marks of indication on your face or body?
No, sir.
Open your shirt.
What for?
Open his shirt for him, dog. That's right. Stay there, boy. What'd you do before?
Before what?
Before you come here.
Traveled and played.
Played?
What?
With women?
No. Played guitar and sang.
Oh.
Let me see that guitar.
Look at it, but don't touch it. I don't let nobody but musicians touch it.
What you smiling for, boy?
He ain't smiling. His mouth's just twitching like a dead chicken foot.
What is all that writing on that guitar?
Names.
What of?
Autographs of musicians, dead and living.
What's going on?
Stop that.
Where's Mrs. Torrance? I got a very sick man up there, and his wife disappeared. I've been on a whole lot of cases, but never seen one where a wife showed no concern for a...
Dog, Pee-wee, you all standing back from that counter. Dog, why don't you and Pee Wee go up and see Jabe? Leave me straighten this boy out. Go on. Go on up.
Come on, dog.
All right, boy. Get on down off that counter. I ain't gonna touch your guitar, but I'm gonna tell you something. There's a certain county I know of which has a big sign on the county line that says, "Niggers, don't let the sun go down on you in this county." That's all it says. It don't threaten nothing. It just says, "Nigger, don't let the sun go down on you in this county." Well, son, you ain't a nigger, and this is not that county. But son, I want you to just imagine that you've seen a sign that said to you, "Boy, don't let the sun rise on you in this county." I said rise, not go down, because it's too close to sunset for you to get packed and move on before that. But I think if you value that instrument in your hands as much as you seem to, you'll simplify my job by not allowing the sun tomorrow to rise on you in this county. Say that understood now, boy? I hope so. I don't like violence.
He looks back and nods at Val at the door, then goes outside of the fiery afterglow of the sunset. Dogs bark in the distance. Music fades in. Dog howl blues, minor guitar. Pause in which Val remains motionless, cradling the guitar in his arms. Then Val's faraway, troubled look is resolved in a slight abrupt nod of his head. He sweeps back the alcove curtain and enters the alcove and closes the curtain behind him. Lights dim down to indicate a division of scenes. Scene 3, half an hour later. The lighting is less realistic than in the previous scenes of the play. The interior of the store is so dim that only the vertical lines of the pillars and such selected items as the palm tree on the stair landing and the ghostly paper vineyard of the confectionery are plainly visible. The view through the great front window has virtually become the background of the action. A singing wind sweeps clouds before the moon so that the witch-like country brightens and dims and brightens again. The marshal's hounds are restless. Their baying is heard now and then. A lamp outside the door sometimes catches a figure that moves past with mysterious urgency, calling out softly and raising an arm to beckon, like a shade in the underkingdom. At rise, or when the stage is lighted again, it is empty, but footsteps are descending the stairs as Dolly and Beulah rush into the store and call out in soft shouts.
Dog?
Pee-wee?
Please don't shout. Mr. Bennings and Mr. Hammer are upstairs sitting with Jabe. Calm down carefully, sister.
Help me. I'm all to pieces.
Has the bleeding quit yet?
The hemorrhage seems to have stopped. Sister, pull yourself together. We all have to face these things sometime in life.
Sunk into a coma?
No, Cousin Jabe is conscious. Nurse Porter says his pulse is remarkably strong for a man who lost so much blood. Of course, he's had a transfusion.
2 of them?
Yes, and they put him on glucose. His strength came back like magic.
She up there?
Who?
Lady.
No. When last reported, she has just stepped into the Glorious Hill Beauty Parlor.
You don't mean it.
Ask sister.
She's planning to go ahead with
The gala opening of the confectionery. Switch on the lights in there, sister. Of course, it's not normal behavior. It's downright lunacy, and still there's no excuse for it. And when she called up at 5 about 1 hour ago, it wasn't to ask about Jabe. Oh, no. She didn't mention his name. She asked if Ruby Lightfoot had delivered a case of Seagrams. Yes, She just shouted that question and hung up the phone before I could.
Oh, I understand now. Now I see what she's up to. Electric moon, cut out silver paper stars and artificial vines. Why, it's her father's wine garden on Moon Lake she's turned this room into.
Here she comes. Here she comes.
Go on, ladies. Don't stop. My ears are burning.
Oh, lady, oh, lady, lady.
Why do you speak of my name in that pitiful voice, huh? Val. Val, where is that boy that works here? I guess he's having a T-bone steak with french fries and coleslaw for 95 cents at the Bluebird. Who's in the confectionery? Is that you, Val? Going, girls? Yes, gone.
How long have I known you, lady?
A long time, Beulah. I think you remember when my people came here on a banana boat from Palermo, Sicily, by way of Caracas, Venezuela. Yes, with a grind organ and a monkey my papa had bought in Venezuela. I was not much bigger than the monkey. You remember the monkey? The man that sold Papa the monkey said it was a very young monkey, but he was a liar. It was a very old monkey. It was on its last legs, but it was a well-dressed monkey. It had a green velvet suit and a little red cap that it tipped, and a tambourine that it passed around for money, and the grind organ played, and the monkey danced in the sun. Oh, solo mio, da 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 da. One day the monkey danced too much in the sun, and it was a very old monkey, and it dropped dead. My papa, he turned to the people, he made them a bow, and he said, "The show is over. The monkey is dead."
Ain't it wonderful lady can be so brave?
Yes, wonderful. And
for me, the show is not over. The monkey is not dead yet. Val, is that you, Val?
Well, here's your first customer, lady.
Carol, that room ain't open.
There's a big sign outside that says open tonight.
It ain't open to you.
I have to stay here a while. They stopped my car. You see, I don't have a license. My license has been revoked, and I have to find someone to drive me across the river.
You can call a taxi.
I heard that the boy that works for you is leaving tonight, and
Who said he's leaving?
Sheriff Talbot. The county marshal suggested I get him to drive me over the river since he'd be crossing it too.
You got some mighty wrong information.
Where is he? I don't see him.
Why do you keep coming back here and bothering that boy? He's not interested in you. Why would he be leaving here tonight? Val, is that you, Val? No conjuring stuff. Go away.
Uncle, come, child cry. I'll give you $1 for it. Something is still wild in this country. This county used to be wild. The men and the women were wild, and there was a wild sort of sweetness in their hearts for each other. But now it's sick with neon. It's broken out sick with neon, like most other places. I'll wait outside in my car. It's the fastest thing on wheels in Two River County.
Well, ain't you going with her?
I'm going with no one I didn't come here with, and I came here with no one.
Then get into your white jacket. I need your services in that room here tonight. Move. Stop a goofing. The Delta Brilliant lets out in half an hour, and they'll be driving up here. You gotta shave ice for the setups.
Shave ice for the setups.
Yes, and call Ruby Lightfoot. Tell her I need a dozen more half pints of Seagrams. They all call for 7 and 7s. You know how to sell bottled goods under a counter? It's okay. We're going to get paid for protection. But one thing you got to watch out for, selling to minors. Don't serve liquor to minors. Ask for his driver's license if there's any doubt. Anybody born earlier than, let's see, 21 from on, I'll figure it later. Hey, move. Stop a goofing.
You're the one that's goofing, not me, lady.
Move! I said move!
What kick are you on? Are you on a Benny kick, lady? If you wash down a couple of bennies with a pot of black coffee to make you come on strong for the 3 o'clock show?
Hey!
Will you quit thrashing around like a hooked catfish?
Go get your white jacket on.
Sit down. I want to talk to you.
No, I don't have a time.
I've got a reason with you.
No, it's not possible to.
You can't open a night place here this night.
Oh, you bet your sweet life I'm gonna to.
Not me, not my sweet life.
I'm a betting my life on it. Sweet or not sweet,
Yours is yours, mine is mine.
You don't get the point, huh? There's a man up there that set fire to my father's wine garden, and I lost my life in it. Yeah, I lost my life in it. 3 lives was lost in it. 2 born lives and 1 not. I was made to commit a murder by him up there. And I want that man to see the wine garden come open again when he's a-dying. I want him to hear it coming open again here tonight while he's a-dying. It's a necessary. No power on earth can stop it. Hell, I don't even want it. It's just necessary. It's just somebody's got to do it, to be done, to square things away, to be not defeated. You get me? Just to be not defeated. Oh, I won't be defeated. Not again. Not in my life. Thank you for staying here with me. God bless you for it. Now, please go, get in your white jacket. That's not your white jacket. That's a snakeskin jacket you had on when you came here.
I come and go in this jacket.
No, go. Did you say?
Yes, ma'am, I did. I said go. All that stays to be settled is a little matter of wages.
So you're cutting out, are you?
My gear's all packed. I'm catching the southbound bus.
Uh-huh. In a pig's eye. You're not a-conning me, mister. She's a-waiting for you outside in her high-powdered car, and you're a...
Miss Torrance, are you down there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm back.
Can I talk to you up here about Mr. Torrance?
No, I'll be up in a minute. Okay, now, mister, you're scared about something, ain't you?
I've been threatened with violence if I stay here.
I got paid for protection in this county, plenty paid for it, and it covers you too.
No, ma'am, my time is up here.
You say that like you served a sentence in jail.
I got in deeper than I meant to, lady.
Yeah? And how about me?
I would have cut out before you got back to the store, but I wanted to tell you something I never told no one before. I feel a true love for you, lady. I'll wait for you out of this county. Just name the time and the...
Oh, don't talk about a love, not to me. It's easy to say love, a love, with fast and free transportation waiting right out the door for you.
You remember something I told you about me the night we met here?
Yeah, many things. Yeah, temperature of a dog and some bird, and oh yeah, without legs, so that it had to sleep on the wind.
No, not that.
And how you could burn down a woman. I said, bull. I take that back. You can burn down a woman and stamp on her ashes to make sure the fire is put out.
I mean what I said about getting away from...
How long have you held this first steady job in your life?
Too long.
4 months of 5 days, mister. All right. How much pay? How much pay have you took?
I told you to keep out all but
Your living expenses. I can give you the figures to a dime. $85. So no, 90. Chicken feed, mister. You know how much you got coming? If you get it, I don't need paper to figure. I got it all in my head. You got a $586 coming to you. Not chicken feed that, but mister, if you try to walk out on me now, tonight, without a notice, you're gonna get just nothing. A big, great zero. Now, you watch your next move, and I'll watch mine. You open that catch box, and I swear I'll throw open that door and holler, "Clerks rubbing the store."
Lady.
Han.
Nothing. You've
Han.
blown your stack. I will go without pay.
Then you ain't understood me. With or without pay, you're staying.
I've got my gear.
Then I'll go up and get mine and take this with me just to make sure. You wait till I'm...
Lady, what are you...
Don't.
Going with...
Don't.
With my guitar.
Holding it for security while I...
Lady, you've been a lunatic since this morning.
Longer than this morning. I'm going to keep hold of your life companion while I pack. I'm going to pack and go if you go where you go. You didn't think so? You actually didn't think so? What was that going to do, in your opinion? What, in your opinion, would I be doing? Staying on here in a store full of bottles and boxes while you go fast and far without me having your forwarded address even?
I'll give you a forwarding address.
Thanks, oh thanks. Would I take your forward address back of that curtain? Oh, dear forwarding address, hold me, kiss me, be faithful. No, to stay back. You wanted me to smash it?
He's knocking for you.
I know. Death's a knocking for me. Don't you think I hear him knock, knock, knock? It sounds like what it is. Bones knocking bones. Ask me how it felt to be coupled with death up there. And I can tell you, my skin crawled when he touched me. But I endured it. I guess my heart knew that someday must be coming to take me out of this hell. You did. You came. Now look at me. I'm alive once more. I won't wither in dark. Got that through your skull? Now, listen. Everything in this rotten store is yours. Not just your pay, but everything. Death scraped together down here. But death has got to die before you can go. You got that memorized now? Then get into your white jacket. Tonight is the gala opening of the confectionery. Smash me against the rock and I'll smash your guitar. I will if you... Oh, Miss Porter.
You've been out a long time.
Yeah, well, I had lots of...
Of what?
The things to take care of.
Didn't I hear you shouting to someone just now?
Some drunk tourist made a fuss because I wouldn't sell him no liquor.
Oh. Mr. Torrance is sleeping under medication.
That's good.
I gave him a hypo at 5.
Don't all that morphine weaken the heart, Miss Porter?
Gradually, yes.
How long does it usually take them to go?
It varies according to the age of the patient and the condition of his heart's in. Why?
Mr. Porter, don't people sort of help them let go?
How do you mean, Mrs. Torrance?
Shorten their suffering for them.
Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean, Mrs. Torrance, but killing is killing, regardless of circumstances.
Nobody said a killing.
You said shorten their suffering.
Yes, like merciful people shorten an animal's suffering when he's...
A human being is not the same as an animal, Mrs. Torrance, and I don't hold with what they call...
Don't give me a sermon, Miss Porter. I just wanted to know if...
I'm not giving a sermon. I just answered your question. If you want to get somebody to shorten your husband's life, you may
Why, how dare you say that?
I'll be back at 10:30.
Don't.
What?
Don't come back at 10:30. Don't come back.
I'm always discharged by the doctors on my cases.
This time you're being discharged by the patient's wife.
That's something we'll have to discuss with Dr. Buchanan.
I'll call him myself about it. I don't like you. I don't think you belong in the nursing profession. You have cold eyes. I think you like it to watch pain.
I know why you don't like my eyes. You don't like my eyes because you know they see clear.
Why are you staring at me?
I'm not staring at you. I'm staring at the curtain. There's something burning in there. Smoke's coming out. Oh.
Oh, no, you don't.
Oh. Excuse me. The moment I looked at you when I called on this case last Friday morning, I knew that you were pregnant. I also knew the moment I looked at your husband, it wasn't by him.
Thank you for telling me that. I hoped it was true.
You don't seem to have any shame.
No, I don't have a shame. I have a great joy.
Then, why don't you get that Calliope and the clown to make the announcement?
You do it for me. Save me the money. Make the announcement all over.
Is it true what she said? Is it true or not true what that woman told you?
You sound like a scared little boy.
She's gone out to tell.
You got to go now. It's dangerous for you to stay here. Take your pay out of the cash box so you can go. Go. Take the keys to my car. Cross the river into some other county. You've done what you came here to do.
It's true then. It's
true as a God's word. I have life in my body. This dead tree, my body has burst in flower. You've given me life. You can go.
Why didn't you tell me before?
When a woman's been childless as long as I've been childless, it's hard to believe that you're still able to bear. We used to have a little fig tree between the house and the orchard. It never bore any fruit. They said it was barren. Time went by it. Spring after useless spring, and it almost started to die. Then one day, I discovered a small green fig on the tree they said wouldn't bear. I ran through the orchard. I ran through the wine garden shouting, "Oh, Father, it's going to bear. The fig tree is going to bear." It seemed such a wonderful thing after those 10 barren springs for the little fig tree to bear. It called for a celebration. I ran to a closet. I opened a box that we kept Christmas ornaments in. I took them out, glass bells, glass birds, tinsel, icicle stars, and I hung the little tree with them. I decorated the fig tree with the glass bells and glass birds and silver icicles and stars because it won the battle and it would bear. Unpack the box with the Christmas ornaments in it, put them on me, glass bells, glass birds, and stars and tinsel and snow. I've won, Mr. Death. I'm a-going to bear. Oh, God.
Buzzards! Buzzards! I'll have you burned. I burned her father, and I'll have you burned. The clerk is robbing the store. He shot my wife. The clerk is robbing the store. He killed my wife.
Did it?
Yes, either did. The show is over. The monkey is dead.
Which way?
Deep to the walls. He's armed.
Upstairs, dog.
Jack, the
Jack.
confectionery.
Got him! Got him!
They got him.
Get the rope from the hardware section.
Yeah, you get the rope.
I got something better than rope.
What
What
you
you
got?
What you got?
A blue
Blue
torch.
Christ. Come on, what the hell we waiting for?
Hold on a
Hold
minute.
on.
I want to see how it works.
Wait.
Look
Look
here.
here.
Christ.
It works.
What have you got there, Uncle? Come here, let me see. Oh, yes. The snakeskin jacket. I'll give you a gold ring for it. All things leave skins behind them. They leave clean skins and teeth and white bones behind them, and these are tokens passed from one to another, so that the fugitive kind can always follow their kind.
Don't no one move. Don't move. Stay here. Stop. Stop.
End of show. Curtain.
Well done, everyone.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was a good one.
Good job, guys.
Oof.